Hey y'all, how you doing today? As an American, one of my favorite aspects of the game is PvP, but just like all my other brothers on a tight budget, I'm a bit of a stickler when it comes to paying up to win these games, so I am unfortunately stuck with what RNGesus gave me. But what if I did want to spend? What if I had complete control to pick and choose who I could put on my team at end game? Less than 20% of us are in qualifying in-game territory, so we can only dream. Here's my dream team. Number 5 is Naga Blocka because the capability to overheal your teammates, especially in the beginning of a match, is essential for outplaying players that rely on their ultimates to win. Like for example, if this dude's Lucifer is about to get his ult and become a problem, then I have a little bit longer for my squishies to survive because they got shielded whenever they were being overhealed. Overhealing is the bane of healing because overhealing isn't healing at all. You can't push the health past its limit unless you're using Naga and have her at level 220 or higher. She can also shield an ally with the lowest health, which will come in handy for us later. Not to mention she also has stuns. Number 4 is Susano. It's almost unlawful to be able to have this much control in a match. I get to choose who dies first. I get to choose which enemy is stunned until inevitable death. Having him will undoubtedly increase the workload of my brain, especially during arena rush hour when I only have 60 minutes to spam matches. During rush hour, whenever you use characters that teleport to the enemy backline, you have to move their position on defense after practically every fight, and it gives you an enormous advantage over someone that tries to engage you in one position, but then the match starts and you're in another. This boosts your score even more than focusing on attacks alone sometimes, plus you can never go wrong with more stuns. Number 3, Persephone is an absolute requirement for this team. There's no way I'm leaving behind a passive that reduces physical damage taken whenever physical damage is the scariest type of damage at end game. Clearly a complete adept at defensive passives because we have another that just simply stacks all allies' dodge increasingly as the fight goes on. So all of our overhealed, overshielded allies will have multiple more defensive traits to fall back on in case of an emergency. Our previous number Squishy Boy will surely be needing all of this to withstand jumping straight into the back line. Plus she will also supply for us multiple AoE attacks that have above a 200% multiplier, so the enemy's time on the battlefield is limited. And if they have a new Wa, we dispersing all the buffs, baby. Number 2, so what do we gotta worry about now? Our team is coming together, but it really needs a touch of resilience. Gotta drop in a hardy Joan of Arc. She's going to be essential for our Susano to do some of the killing around here. Not only is she going to dive into the backline with him, causing some of the enemies to focus her instead of him, she can also increase the entire team's damage, which we desperately need at this point. Then at that pivotal moment when everybody is getting their ultimates, hers will protect our lowest health hero from all damage for 5 seconds with control immunity. If this cast goes off at the right time, then it is a game-winning moment. An invincible samurai is the last thing anyone needs to fight, and you can't leave out that she's also got some stuns. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, honorable mentions. Oberon would have been a great addition to any team other than this one because he provides a shield that blocks incoming damage from the enemy side of the field at the start of the match, which is very good, but since half of our team will be yanked to the back of the enemy line at the match start anyways, he isn't going to work out on this team. And Anubis was so close to being number 1, but he isn't for a lot of reasons. He would have been able to put ads on the enemy's half of the field, providing more meat for our Joan and Susano, and they could have even soaked up single target active skills or ultimate attacks. They could have nullified a lot of important abilities. Even more impressive is that a max level Anubis can spam mummies constantly, and each mummy reduces all damage that all allies take. But alas, in a fictional world where my team is my choice, then it would take a complete fool to leave number 1 off the team. Nuwa. Nuwa is nuance. Each Nuwa is different because our teams are different. Each of Nuwa's abilities are dependent on the class of units on your team. With these characters on the field with Nuwa, her ults restore energy and health every second with increased ultimate damage. Her auto attacks become multi-hits that deal more than 200% damage and remove energy from the enemies. She boasts increased crit chance, dodge, and attack. All of this is just an overload of icing on the cake for the real reason we picked her. An active skill that removes an enemy from the field entirely for 3 seconds. Not only does she get ample opportunity to spam this, she can also remove a tank that your team is too busy focusing on. It can remove a nuker that is about to get a kill. It can remove anybody that is about to do anything, which is one of the most terrifying things anybody with a Susano and Joan of Arc on the side of their field will ever see in their life. This is a staple that brings our team together, with everyone helping each other like the pieces of Exodia coming together to form this monstrous team. Well, thanks for watching this, y'all. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and drop a like and sub, and if you have a few extra minutes to spare, then check the description for a link to my wife's Etsy shop where you can peruse photos at your own leisure. But other than that, y'all, that's going to do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.